You're probably wondering, what are some water quality issues? Some purposes of water quality standards are to protect, maintain, and improve the quality of Maryland waters. We look at the following issues. How have we avoided the fate of so many other global citizens? Does our future hold the same for us? What can we do to avoid that destiny? Water. It covers 70% of the globe, but it remains the world's most valuable resource. In Maryland, it is easy to take our safe, plentiful, and reliable water sources for granted. But for most of the rest of the world, they are not so lucky. Over the years, there have been many local, state, government, and worldwide efforts to improve the waters of the world. In Maryland, growing awareness and concern for controlling water pollution has led to laws and regulations like the 1972 Clean Water Act in the 1970s. This federal act established the basic control programs such as setting wastewater standards for industry. The Clean Water Act also continued requirements to set water quality standards for all contaminants in surface waters. Efforts like the 1972 Clean Water Act have helped to improve the water quality of Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Does our future hold the same for us? Research and development has also aided Maryland in clean water efforts. You will find researchers working together on a long-term study of the harbor that is assembling data and developing predictive models to help show where contaminants come from, where they go, and how they interact with living organisms. One project, the Comprehensive Harbor Assessment and Regional Modeling Study, or CHARM, assembled data and developed predictive models which help to show where contaminants come from, where they go, and how they interact with the bay's living organisms. Understanding the dynamics of the contaminants is the first step in trying to control their ecological impact. As one researcher summed it up, "We have come a long way in Baltimore Harbor. We started with knowing little and have some significant progress in the last several years, but we still have a long way to go." What can we do to avoid that destiny? Local government is critical. In Maryland, local government has played a major role. In 2004, Baltimore City entered into a partnership with Adopt a Waterway to provide solutions to the area's urban stormwater runoff. The pioneering agreements brought together local government and environmentally minded corporations to raise funds for stormwater cleanup at no expense to local taxpayers. The program targets all of the city's major waterways with the goal to develop new technologies to reduce trash, debris, and pollutants from these critical waterways. Mayor Martin O'Malley stated, "Baltimore's highest priority is to improve the quality of life for all of our residents. To accomplish our goal, it is essential that we clean up the local streams that run through our city into the Inner Harbor and then into the Chesapeake Bay, the environmental heart of our state." These efforts have paid off. Baltimore has made major efforts towards improving the water quality of the Inner Harbor through its superior stormwater programs. In September 2006, the Center for Watershed Protection spotlighted this program. The Watershed 263 project is yet another successful effort to water quality improvements, solving not only important water quality issues impacting the Chesapeake Bay, but also improving the quality of life in a highly urban neighborhood. The historic Chesapeake Bay Agreement outlines a series of steps to be taken by all states within the watershed to reduce pollutant loadings and protect important habitats. The project integrates the concepts of human ecology and environmental sustainability by utilizing water quality improvements that also directly result in neighborhood improvements. Specific objectives include incorporating urban forestry practices, such as the planting of trees and the creation of new sidewalk planting areas for trees. Reducing the buildup of trash and litter along streets and on vacant lots by increasing street sweeping and creating community-based improvement committees. Converting vacant lots into community gardens, improving city parks and reducing impervious surfaces in schoolyards, and customizing creative stormwater management techniques for the level of impervious cover and lack of natural stream systems. Still, we have far to go. Water quality of the Inner Harbor has improved, but has not reached the goals of the Chesapeake Bay Agreement. Industries are not the main source of pollution at this point, but rather rainwater runoff and leaks in the antiquated sewer system are the cause of many of the problems. Another large problem is litter. Trash washes into the storm systems throughout the watershed and eventually ends up in the harbor. So, what can we do? Public awareness is a giant step. Baltimore was one of many cities that participated in the World Water Monitoring Day. This national effort helped to make citizens more aware of the water quality issue. Educating the public and those in the cleanup efforts has been a priority for Baltimore. In November 2006, the American Water Resources Association held an annual conference in Baltimore. This convention brings together many people who are greatly interested in the science behind water policy, such as water resources professionals from academia, all levels of government, and the private sector, policymakers and elected officials in water resources-related positions, water utility officials, faculty and students from water resource programs at colleges and universities, members of associations who focus on ecology, wetlands or water conservation, and members of watershed groups and other water-related volunteer organizations. Still, others feel we have far to go. An employee with Baltimore's Department of Public Works Bureau of Solid Waste points out that the Department of Public Works collected 960,000 pounds of garbage from the inner harbor, about 500 tons. The city's aging sewer lines are a major part of the problem. There are over 3,000 miles of sewer lines that were installed in the early 20th century. The lines have more than 1 million seals that can leak sewage into the stormwater system, which then empties into the harbor. Research and development, public education, and federal, state, and local efforts are helping Marylanders avoid the fate that many fellow world citizens face. However, the battle is fought day by day. The harbor also has residue of decades of industrial activity, which includes harmful chemicals in the sediment beneath the water. Keeping these chemicals buried beneath the harbor doesn't improve the quality of the water in the Baltimore harbor, but does improve the condition of the Chesapeake Bay.